The next what we are going to see is transactions. Okay. Now transactions, as I told you, the clock starts here and the clock ends here with the end transaction. So the transaction as such has three status. Transaction has three status. One, LR underscore auto. Two, LR underscore pass. Three, LR underscore fail. Now these are the three status messages that you can pass into your transaction. See here, by default it will add auto. Auto means that if this particular page loads, automatically it will decide whether it's pass or fail. Now there are places where in our script, when we are working with the script, there are places where we will put LR underscore pass, oh sorry, it should be capital, or LR underscore fail. Now what do you mean by this? Say I'm going to see when I'm doing my the checkpoints in LoadRunner, that's called a text check in LoadRunner. When I do a text check, I'm going to check whether when this page is loaded, a specific text appeared. If it appeared, I want to pass this. If it does not appear, I want to fail this transaction. So how do you make this transaction fail? That's where we put the status as fail. So automatically this transaction will fail. So now I have put the transaction status as fail, and I'm going to put a breakpoint here. Function F9. Okay, so now if I run this, you will see that this transaction automatically will fail. Here, you see here, the transaction ended with fail status. If I put pass, it will say the transaction ended with pass status. Ended with status pass. If I put auto, whatever comes up, if the application has passed, that means it will pass. If the application failed, it will fail. When we put a normal trust end transaction, that's how we put auto. Okay, let's run this. Here you see, it passed, so it's saying the status has passed. Now when we are putting an if loop and we wanted to validate and see pass or send a fail, there's nothing like recommended. No, there's nothing like recommended. Now when we are working with the script, we will be doing error handling. During error handling, we can't put auto. We have to put either pass or fail. Depending upon a value that you search, if that value appears, then you say pass. If it does not appear, it fail. So there is no recommended setting that you should put auto or pass or fail. Depending upon how you handle your error, you have to change accordingly. So every transaction, every start and end transaction will have a pass and a fail. See here, auto, everything should have a pass or fail or a auto. Only the end, in the starting, the start transaction, we don't have that feature there. Only in the end transaction. Guys, you are able to understand? Any questions? Fine. So now the homework for next week would be go and record the whole script. And yeah, one more thing. Forgot about this. Now the transactions, the name that you provide here. Why do you want to provide a name there? What is the use of it? Now the use, yes. Now the use of this is when you generate the load on the system, how will it know what is the response time for this request? Based on this name that you provide, it will save the response. Say for example, if you open, let me open a previous result just to show you. I'll just open a HTML report that we generated. You see here. Now I know this is the launch, this is the login, we're going to do that now. File, select file, continue, all these things, you know what is the response time. See, this particular request has been processed 97 times and the response time is this. Unless you put a unique name, if you put this name and this name same, it will merge these two and give you the response as a merged response. We don't want. So every name that you provide here should be unique name. So how do you change? How do you make everything unique? As well as if you provide like this, it will take it in the alphabetical order. So L, you have L, so it is L. Then L capital again. F, so F comes before L. So this will come first, and then so when it's arranging the results, it first will be flight finder. Then it will show launch, then it will show login. Now this is not the way that we recorded the script, right? We should have this as the first line, this second, this third. How do you arrange it? So for that, what we will do is we will rename this in a way which we can arrange it. So how do you rename this? What I'm going to do here, I'm going to give first as TC01, that is test case 1 underscore. What is the application name? Flight reservation underscore. What functionality are we doing? We are inserting an order. Insert order underscore. What is the activity that we are doing here? We are launching the application. So put the L as capital all the time. The first word as capital. Launch. Copy the same thing and put it in the end. Don't forget to do that. Otherwise, the scripts will start failing. Same I'm going to do here. Now instead of TC01, I'll give TC02. Now automatically it will see the first word T, all as T. Then it will go to the second word, all as C. Then it is 0, all as 0. 1. This has 1, this has 2. So it will arrange this first and this second. So you get it in a perfect order. Right? The next one I'm going to put it here. Copy this. I'll say TC03 flight finder. TC03 flight finder. Then select flight. You can do this when you're recording itself. It's up to you. You can do this when you're recording. When I gave select flight, you can directly give this. But you have to be very careful. 3, 4, 5, all those things should be in order. So what we do, you have to first write all these things in an Excel sheet so that you can copy and paste it directly from the Excel sheet. It's the same. Doesn't make a difference. It's the same. So we usually do it here. 5. 5. 6. 6. So now let's run this once again. Save. Let's run this once again to see everything. All the start and end transactions are in line. Fine. So everything looks good. Test runs fine. How do you know that the test passed? Go to view test results. See here, this is the test result window, and we expand it. Similar to see this window looks exactly same like how we saw in QTP, right? Select the URL. It will show you the screenshot. See? It will not show you the start and end transaction. It will